kinda left us hanging. Straight after Natsuhime got bombed? Let's see what happens next. Also, there's received a news patch. I don't think I can link it, but you can find it in Joran. Go nuts with it. Oh, did I get her? The website's a little bit too dangerous for me to link it down in the description or in the comments. My awareness returns and I look around, my eyes unsteady. I am in the courtyard garden in the palace. No, but I'm not back in reality. This is the place in a world simply based on Kanto. The place I decided to escape to must have been somewhere where I feel safe, and somewhere outside of Kurakami's body. The world I can see looks peaceful, but everything sure is shaking around. The air itself is throbbing like the reverberations of a massive thunderclap. Even the aftermath of the rods from God is crazy. I can't imagine any life form being able to survive that. But I need to get a better imagination. Thinks about Haruhime's boobies. This is not Haruhime's boobies. Natsuhime appears as though nothing happened at all. She's completely uninjured. I expected this, almost, but I'm still unable to stop myself from making a small yet defeated noise. I checked her over, looking for any signs of damage at all. Pretty much the same. Same goes for the 60 exposed legs.
手が少し赤くなってしまいました。
Thank you. Natsuhime notices what I'm doing and gently shakes her hands. From stopping the third rod, probably. Wow.
現実の戦いでも今の攻撃だけは原理がよくわからないものだったので投下できませんでした。なるほど。目に見えないほどの上空から金属の柱を落としていたのですね。現象を理解したので今の攻撃はもう二度と私に触れることすら叶いません。
Natsuhime's face gives a gentle smile. You fucking monster. This time I have to let out a moan. Aw. That's what she is. A true blue monster. And you're colorblind. The Deki aren't the problem here. She is the true, terrifying, despairing enemy of humanity.
さて、手詰まりでしょうか。
Natsuhime gently tilts her hand. It's not the time for it, but I can't help it but feel she looks just like Haruhime. Natsuhime still hasn't attacked me yet. It doesn't matter how strong she is. I am the key for the regeneration program, so she can't just kill or eradicate me without a second thought. I hope not anyway. That will put an end to her idea of getting reborn. The best thing for her would be to take over my mind using the Kotodama. But at the moment, I can still resist that using the Kurakami's energy. This still doesn't look good. My mouth twists. At the point she survived the rods from God, it's confirmed that I can't use the Kurakami's weapons or energy to kill her. And my Kotodama power comes quite literally from her. It feels like there's not much I can do. My only option is to get Natsuhime to use her Kotodama as much as she can, and hope she trips up at something she says. If I can hold out long enough for that to happen, that is. Considering our respective goals and defensive powers, there is no strategy or technique here. We're looking at the primal whittling down of each other's resources. A whittling down of our existence itself.
さて、
Natsuhime sounds exactly like me. Saying something I say all the time.
あなたも気づいているように、私はあなたを殺せません。
You're not dealing with an average guy.
できる限り傷つけたくもありません。これは心情としてですが。でも
Natsuhime gives a charming smile. I'm not going to be happy about being on the receiving end of whatever comes next.
あなたが諦められるように力の差を示しておきましょうか。
Natsuhime smiles. And then you not. In the next instant, my feet are blown off. At a sudden intense pain, I fell over helplessly to the ground, my vision burning white. My machine body quickly shuts out the pain and starts to recover. With the power of the Korokami at my command, the recovery speed is super fast, and I have feet again almost before I know it. But that first burst of pain was more than damage enough. What was that? What? What did you do? I stand up on my quickly recovering feet, confused by the chain of events even more than by the pain. What kind of attack was that? If it was simply an invincible attack, I don't think I do beat this shaken. There are lots of possibilities. She might have used wind, like a cane, or an invincible force that directly controls the space around her, or a pre-laid trap, or simply attacked at a speed too fast to see. But none of those seem to fit with Natsuhime's attack. No. The only thing that happened that was my feet were blown off. That's it. The one single thing. That's why I can't understand this. Where it occurs before or after an actual strike, an attack that leaves no physical traces at all is practically impossible. But the biggest element causing my confusion. What happened to the Kotodama? She didn't even speak any words to make the attack happen.
使って
Right.
いますよ。
Natsuhime tilts her head and narrows her eyes. This time my left hand is blown off. My pain has already been turned off, so the only physical sensation is a dull impact, but it causes substantial emotional pain. Before I even start thinking about how to avoid or negate the attack, I have to know how it works.
手足を吹き飛ばすくらいでは効果が薄いようですね。それなら攻撃の質を変えます。
She's even kind enough to give me some advance warning, and then she makes a gesture like turning a doorknob. Crap! I'm unable to guess what kind of attack is coming, and so I just pop the black fire? I don't send it towards Natsuhime, but rather extend it like a black thread around me, forming a cocoon around myself. I'm not trying to make a shield. My intention is detection. I'm going to confirm the nature of her attack, accepting that will mean taking some damage. However, pain lances into my stomach without any change in my whip of fire. Now, I understand what the turning motion was. I was happier not knowing.
ぐるり。
My insides are being churned like grind meal. Holy Jesus! The guts of my tunes turned off. That commercially allows me to enjoy the full feelings of my innards being twisted and crushed. I might be made of steel, but my body is still designed to mimic the human body. And the sound of metallic pieces grinding from inside is agonizing. I'm unable to keep down my nausea and throw up. There's a mixture of a red liquid like blood with black oil and a scattering of metal parts. Shit! The jagged feeling of the metal parts passing up my throat and the taste of that metal prolonged my nausea. Then the recovery process inside my body starts again, with a vacant space carved out inside me filling in with more clattering and clanking. I feel the truth of my metal body, perhaps more acutely than I ever have before, and it makes me want to mom it again. Shit, that was close. If I wasn't connected to the Karakabi, I'd be dead now for sure. I spit a mixture of blood and oil and wipe my lips with the back of my hand. Natsuhime sounds disgruntled as she watches me.
私もなかなか死ねませんが、あなたも人のことを言えませんね。
Oh, put a sock in it. As my fire fades away, she comes back into view with a matching disgruntled look on her face.
今のは少しやりすぎたかと思ったのですが、倒れもしませんか。
What are you using? Do you have some kind of power art into Katadama? I can't banter attack. I simply don't have it in me. I hold my stomach while I moan and groan. I'm just trying to buy some time for my recovery, and more asking myself than I was her. But
私はあくまでも言霊使いでしかありません。何をしたか説明しましょう。
she actually responds.
言霊の力とは、実現したい願いを言葉にし、作用させたい相手へと伝えること。すなわち、自らの魂を分け身として、他人や世界そのものに織り込み、結果を実現させる力です。で、あればこそ。
Natsuhime gives a funny laugh.
芦原の瑞穂の国は噛むながらことあげせぬ国という古代の歌があるそうですね。この世界では神に近づく存在ほどに言葉を口にしないという意味です。すでに世界に溶け込んでいる私の願いは簡単なものなら言葉にせずとも実現するのですよ。
Huh? No, I'm the one looking disgruntled. Badly gruntled over here. A Katadama user who don't even need to talk? Just making a wish makes it happen? An attack that is simply an effect? There is no sense of distance, no means of reply?
私はいつでもあなたを殺せます。もっと派手な攻撃がお望みであれば、例えばそう。手軽なものでは原子というものを重ね合わせて爆発を起こすこともできます。
Nuclear fusion? I know humans managed to split the atom, but this is something that goes beyond even that. The power to create even more energy. She blended it into the Korokami and obtained vast knowledge for herself. Now she can basically make a miniature sun here on Earth.
もちろん参考までにという話です。
Natsuhime gently spreads both of her hands. It's such a smooth movement that almost appears kind.
最初に言った通り、力の差を示しただけで、今のところこれ以上のことをするつもりはありません。まだ時間はありますし、もうしばらくあなたの方からご自由にどうぞ。
Natsuhime lets me know that she's not going to offer any resistance. Damn it! The spirit's becoming a running team for today! Natsuhime is playing it cool, but she's actually cold and calculating. The only way to defeat Natsuhime, and it's a small possibility, is to make her use those powers and push her into a state beyond remaining human. It's a war of attrition between what remains of her existence and my energy for her regeneration. I want to continue this battle. That's how we ended up with a double knockout when she fought the Kurokami the first time. But she understands her own weakness, and is being careful to avoid wasting her own power. She is as strong as a god, and is also a coward, meaning she won't drop her guard or get arrogant. In fact, I'm more likely to lose my head and waste my remaining Kurokami energy. Once the energy to fend off Natsuhime is gone, she will take over my mind, and I'll allow her to return to the real world. I can't win. My will isn't broken yet, but I'm still caught in a swirl of despair. This isn't like the fights I've had so far with the swords of Kanto or with the Teki. The only thing in front of me right now is despair. The reason Natsuhime has told me her secrets is to demonstrate how perfect both her attack and defenses are, in order to hollow out my mind. Humanity, with their culture stripped away, left exposed to the Teki. This feels like revenge for that. But no, there has to be a way. My heart has been forged into fires of Kanto, and it's still functioning even under these circumstances. I try to think. Something small. That's all I need. Has Natsuhime displayed any openings at all during our interactions so far? I don't know, I'm not that good at that type of thing. I have to think. Well, the people I've seen so far, not one of them ever backed down in the face of an opponent stronger than themselves. Never. They all stood up straight and puffed out their chests. I have to believe.
Ara?
Natsuhime seems slightly surprised. I haven't done anything yet, but she seems puzzled by me.
笑っていますね。
Natsuhime observes me. I'm smiling. Yeah. I think I am. I finally noticed the expression on my own face. I was just recalling how all the swords are always full of insane confidence. Now I have something to cling to. Something to work towards. I'm able to start a banter.
そうですね。腹立たしいほどにそうでした。
Natsuhime replies. She has a wry smile on her face, almost as though she's jealous of the concerns of a normal person. The power of a Kotodama user grows with belief in oneself, which is exactly why she finds herself unable to believe in anyone else.
茜や葵などは何度も何度も絶対に勝てないのに飽きずに私に挑んできましたね。冬兄様も結局私の敵にはなってくれなかった。可能性として生み出した春も自ら人間であることを選んだ。黒髪さえまるで敵ではなかった。
Now listen to Natsuhime, she shares her memories with me. No one could defeat her. No one had a chance to oppose her. Even the Kurakami. Something about this sticks into my craw. No one could oppose her. No one could make her feel any pain, any kind of pain, even ever at all. She's known that pretty much her entire life. If there had been someone who could oppose her, then she wouldn't have had to become the lonely hero. If there had just been someone who could stand at her level, even just reach to her feet. If there had been someone who could touch her little toe, even just for a moment, she would have been able to feel something in this world, something other than herself. But no one could manage it. No one could reach her. Not the swords. Not the Kurakami. Not even the Kurakami. The Kurakami wasn't able to defeat Natsuhime, but it was strong enough to get her on the ropes, forcing her to lose her human form. A double knockout for most intents and purposes. As a result, even though the Kurakami was essentially defeated, it was still the enemy that she sought after. Even the Kurakami.
Mm-hmm.
Natsuhime responds to my mutterings. Even the Kurakami was no enemy for you?
残念ながら、それは今、あなたも痛感しているでしょ?
Yes, she's right. I can't do a thing. No matter the heat, impact, or energy I directed her, she can physically just cancel it all. So why didn't she return alive? Did the moment she reached her limits as a human just happen to overlap at the moment she defeated the Kurakami? A coincidence. A tragic coincidence. She fought her final enemy and burned out in the process. A common trope in a whole load of stories. But it's not possible here. If she had a heroic personality, she might have been able to accept that kind of end. But the girl I wrote about in my story was still just one scared little girl. Even if she agreed to grant the wishes of the people of Kanto and fight the Kurakami, she wasn't going to die for them. No way.
なるほど。あなたを敵に回すと奇妙な感覚を覚えますね。
Natsuhime murmurs. She has to apprehend her. Here, so upper as high as a kite, but there's also a hint of caution in her voice.
あなたには言霊と鉄器の力という生きるための十二分な強さを与えましたが、あなたは他者を圧倒するような強さを求めはしなかった。別に勝たなくてもいいという感じであり、実際に人間には負け続けた。それでもどんな時でも結果として目的は達成した。戦って勝つことが目的のあの子たちとは違う。今も目的のために手段を捨てようとしていますね。
I don't reply. I ignore where she's trying to lead me and just continue my train of thought from before. She's basically a god. A katadama user who doesn't even need words. A katadama user who can lie. I see it now. You didn't vanish from the human world due to reaching the limits of your humanity, did you? Natsuhime stays silent. Her expression doesn't move either, as though she doesn't want me to read what she's feeling. The final battle, which ended more than 100 days ago. What happened? A conclusion that not even Natsuhime expected. I connect more deeply with the Kurakami. I search, but there are no battle records this time. I sink deeper into the womb of the Kurakami and search the memories of the other persons who have accessed this system. Natsuhime. The conclusion to the final battle. I call up the last few minutes of that encounter. She gives a small sigh, floating in the air over the plains that spread to the west of Kanto. It's already been hours since the battle with the Kurakami started, and the conclusion is close. To skip to the end, it was such an easy battle. She feels foolish for having been so scared of the Kurakami her entire life. Countless firearm attacks, countless lasers, and physical attacks from vast hunks of matter. The attacks from the Kurakami had been on a whole different level from Aruteki, but ultimately only in terms of volume. The quality of them was about the same. Almost none of the attacks were even able to hit her. There was one crazy attack she didn't really understand that came down from above, but even that hadn't hurt her.
消えなさい!
She speaks. With a groan, the physical body of the Kurakami within the range of her voice vanishes. She's been using her powers incrementally, just taking her time, and the Kurakami is massive, but it has to be reaching its own limits now. If it can be stopped like Aruteki by removing a third of its mass, then the Kurakami is almost dead.
よし。
She stops her pursuit. She doesn't want to waste her powers while also focusing on not dying and not getting hurt. The Kurokami is on the ground, but is still alive. Its remaining weapons are still attacking. But she's completed her purpose of defeating it. The body of the Kurokami has been crushed, compressed, and eradicated, losing all support, all tension, causing a chain reaction of collapses. It's so heavy, it's crushing itself. The enemy of humanity, collapsing in a cacophony of metal. She watches it fall, keeping her guard up. The enemy of humanity, but certainly not her enemy. She feels a little regret about that. However, what if? If she could conceive of what the next possibility might lead to, she might have realized that one mistake she was capable of making. If she had let down her guard, the conclusion might have been different. If she had closed her eyes, taken a breath, turned back to look at the sky, the sea, and Kanto, maybe she would have returned alive. But she was too strong. Natsuhime has complete control over her own brain matter, meaning she doesn't need to blink, doesn't get tired, doesn't lose focus, and doesn't drop her guard. She can watch the Kurokami tirelessly. And then she sees it. Amongst the collapsing corpse of the Kurokami, there's something in there clearly made from different material. Her enhanced senses can even tell what's inside. An oblong shape with a clear glass front. And a human sleeping inside. A human inside a techie part? It's a baby! She's surprised by how impossible this seems. She doesn't understand that she needs to confirm their humanity and, if necessary, save them. So she moves in closer. The cylinder would have fallen to the ground and shattered, but she moves it safely away from the collapsing Kurokami. Then she peers in through the glass. It is a human. A young man is sleeping inside. He seems dead, but also feels alive.
人間
This object is so out of place, she can't help herself. She mutters that one word. And then it happens. Something pierces her chest. A small impact, something she's never felt before. She places her hand on her chest. There's something bright red spreading there. Blood. The blood of a living god. It's the first time in her life she's ever seen her own blood. So her first out-of-place thought is realizing that this is what's been running through her body all this time. And then... a moment later, something sharp spikes through her. She falls down on top of the glass cylinder, covering it with her body. Something. Pain. This is pain! The pain in her chest. She's so unaccustomed to it. It makes her crazy, even as she understands. Okay, that is pretty decent effect. Even some of it goes over the UI. The machine gun fire that she wasn't even paying attention to until now, because it just passed through her. A single shot from that just passed through her chest. Yeah. Human. The instant she said that word, and surprise was the instant she got shot. She can't heal it, can't cure herself. This wound she received while she was indeed human. Having survived every possible attack until this point. A single round, one single shot, has proven fatal.
こんな
She can't get back up, clinging to the glass of the capsule with bloody hands.
こんなだってこんな嫌だ痛い兄さん痛いなんでこんなだっておかしいおかしい
She writhes and moans and can't do anything. She can't even lift her hand with a boy sleeping beyond the bloody glass. Sleeping beyond the bloody glass. Beyond the bloody glass, the only thing she can even see.
助けて死にたくない
I don't want to die! A voice that relapsed at Natsuhime's own wish. She sympathizes with it. She's searching for a way not to die. But it's the collapsing Kurakami who executes her idea. The Kurakami is also desperately trying to survive. Considerations of defeat and impossibility before this moment in time as it tries to compile a regeneration function. Regeneration? A living system? The one that made that possible was also the human sleeping in the capsule over which she is slumped. The human recovered by the Teki in order to gather information on the species. The human modified by the Teki in order to accrue more information on the species. A steel human, a steel part, contained within the Kurokami and yet escaping the Black Death. The Kurokami's remaining energy and its regeneration plan all flow into him, planning to use him and take its time with its own recovery. But it isn't going to work. There isn't enough time.
このままじゃダメまだ私まだやらないとでもダメこのままじゃ
Natsuhime understands. The Kurokami can't understand this, but she does, and she despairs. The machine human, the young man, is definitely alive, but there's no soul here. No matter how much he looks like a human, he needs a soul or there's nothing else to be said. She's made a human once already, so she's kind of the authority on these things. Confused, crazy ideas cycle through Natsuhime's head for a few moments, and then she has an epiphany. A foolish, short-sighted idea, perhaps, but she's already close to that. She doesn't have a long future to consider. Her very existence blends into into nature. Metal is part of nature. That's why the Kunado works on the Teki.
黒髪よ
She spits out blood as she speaks.
私を受け入れなさい私がこの人間として目覚めさせてあげるだから死にたくなければ私を受け入れなさい
And then she vanishes from the real world.
Sakura no hanabira wa utsukushii desu ne.
And on that note, I can. On that note, I can end the episode here. It's been a little bit too long once again since the last time I played this, but I will get back to continuing this visual novel properly. Eventually, I still have an interest in this. I want to see how it ends, and I kind of like this visual novel. So, yeah. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in another one real soon. So, subscribe and stay tuned. Bye bye.